Yo, Joe Sexton here from Fat Loss Feast. Today we're going to go super simple and we're going to make a healthy Bolognese. Basically, healthy Bolognese is just a normal Bolognese. I've seen on telly a corn Bolognese where it's low in fat. Like I've said before guys, fat doesn't necessarily make us fat. Some of the leanest and healthiest people I know has got a high fat diet. A lot of good fat. You want to be avoiding processed fats like MSG and stuff like that, but basically all the fats that we're going to be having today are just going to be healthy saturated fats that we're going to be using for energy and health as well. Ingredients are nice and simple. We're literally using organic chopped tomatoes, we're using tomato puree, diced onions, lean mince, pepper, garlic, chilies and basil. That's it, that's simple. I'm going to have it with steamed vegetables today because I haven't trained. Remember, carbs are post-workout only. There's no wheat or gluten in our carbs as well because that's the thing that makes us feel horrible. So if you want carbs, I'm going to have a little workout and I'm going to go through a little workout with you today. So you can earn your carbs. So that will be through sweet potatoes. You can have sweet potato chips with your Bolognese. You could have rice noodles or rice as well. They will be ideal with your Bolognese today. So I'll see you at the workout. Yo guys, we're back. Workout time. You don't have to do this. You can like I'm having steamed vegetables. I'm having steamed broccoli and cauliflower with the Bolognese. But if you do want your carbs, you do want your rice, your sweet potato, your rice noodles, anything like that, you've got to earn it. You've got to deplete them glycogen stores so that carbs don't get turned into body fat eventually, because that's what happens. So, workout's nice and simple. We're going to go 10 squats, 10 press-ups, 10 burpees. Squat looks like this. Hips and bum back. You're going to dig them heels on the floor. You're going to come down and then back up. I literally want you to go as low as you can. You're going to go ass to grass down and then back up. You want to make it harder, you can add that jump. So you're going to come down and back up. So I want you to do 10 squats. Straight out you're going to go into 10 press-ups. You've done press-ups before. You might find them hard. I want everyone to start them on your feet. Once you feel, then you can come down to your knees. So get on the floor, you're going to go 10 press-ups. So get that chest will come to the floor and then back up. I want you to do as many as you can on your feet. Once you feel you can go down to your knees and do them from there. Third and final exercise is 10 burpees or inchworms. I want you to try and a burpee first. So basically you're going to go hands on the floor, shoot them feet out, shoot them in and jump up. Again, hands on the floor, shoot them feet out, shoot them in and jump up. An easier option for burpees called an inchworm. So you're going to go hands on the floor, walk them feet out, walk them in and stand up. A lot less impact, it's a lot easier as well. So you're going to go 10 squats or jump squats, 10 press-ups or press-ups from your knees, 10 burpees or inchworms. And then you're going to go 9, 9 and 9, 8, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 6, 6, 6 until you've got no reps left. If you're unfit and you haven't exercised before, one round's going to be enough. If you are fit, I want you having a 2 or 3 minute rest and doing that 2 or 3 more times, depending on your fitness. At the end of that, you should know when you've earned your carbs. Legs should be feeling like jelly, heart rate should be through the roof, you should be sweating, and that's going to speed up your fat burning process as well. Up that metabolic rate, so your fat burning machine for the next 2 days. Food time. Alright, we're back. Time to cook. Basically, like I said before, we've got 500 grams of extra lean mince. I've got onions diced, I've got tomato puree, organic chopped tomatoes, a tin and a half, and I've got pepper, garlic, chilies and basil. What we're going to do first, we're going to brown off the mince. We need to make sure the fluids are all, the juices are all clear before we start cooking the actual Bolognese and putting them with the sauce. Halfway through cooking the mince, we're going to brown off the onions in a separate pan. Basically I put some coconut oil in both pans. I've let it melt down and it's time to start cooking the mince now. So again I've got a wok for this. Let's mix up the coconut oil. And it's time to put all the mince in. What you can do is put this in bits, because what happens is the pan loses some heat when we put all the mince in. What I find is it takes a couple of minutes longer, it works out exactly the same though, and then it's less awkward. So I'm going to break that mince off. And I'm going to start cooking this now. It should take about 5 minutes. In about 5 minutes time, it should be half done. That's when I'm going to start browning off the onions, so I'll see you then. Right, we're back. As you can see, the mince is half done now. It's been about 4 minutes. I've just been turning it, and it's half done. Most of it's clear, but there still is a lot of raw mince still there. This is the time where I've heated the pan up. Again, I've threw some coconut oil in. Coconut's awesome. It doesn't burn. Olive oil is awesome to put on salads, but it's good fats as well. But basically, once we start cooking with it, it's got a very low burning point, so it turns bad. So it's time to throw the onions in. So the pan's on a high heat. I've got a full onion diced. I'm just going to brown them onions off. This should take about 3 or 4 more minutes. By then the mince will be done, onions will be brown, it gives it a much better flavour as well. Should take about, like I said, another 4 minutes. Whilst we're doing that, guys, basically I'm going to explain every recipe that I put on is wheat, gluten, dairy and processed foods free. Basically they're all the toxins and they're all the food that make us unhealthy, and if we're unhealthy our body doesn't act how it's meant to, and that's when it holds on to body fat. It's not actually like the calories in and calories out or fat that's making us fat, it's how toxic the food is. Most food's horrible, most food's processed, so you want to be avoiding bread, pasta, any type of wheat or gluten. You want to be avoiding all processed foods and a lot of sugars as well. They're the things that make us unhealthy, they're the things that give us that crash through the day, and they're the things that make us fat. So I'll see you soon when everything's done. Onions are browned off, the mince is browned off, so we're ready to just put everything together and start cooking it. If you've seen before that there's a lot of, or you might have already have a bolognese recipe, there's a lot more out there that's a lot more complex, a lot more ingredients. Basically this is so simple, so easy to make, very few ingredients to taste awesome. What it's going to do as well, it's going to make your food tomorrow when I cook and put it online, it's going to make that taste even better. So we're going to combine this recipe, the leftovers from this recipe, into another recipe as well. Basically 500 grams of mince will be around 4 or 5 meals. So it could serve a family, or it could serve you. We could tub the rest up and have it for the coming days. Basically it's just time to put the onions in the mince. To leave mince there shouldn't be that much excess fat. And get rid of this pan. Right, so I'm going to move it over and put the heat back on. I'm going to put on a medium heat. This time I'm going to add the pepper. I'm going to add a lot of garlic. Garlic makes everything taste excellent. I'm going to add some chilli as well. More chilies you add, obviously the spice that's going to be, so it depends on how much you actually like spicy food. So mix that all up, and now it's time to add all the tomatoes. So it's a tin and a half of chopped tomatoes. Try to get organic, because organic is going to be no rubbish in whatsoever. So we get organic chopped tomatoes, no rubbish in, no toxins, super healthy. The cheaper you get, obviously the cheaper the food's going to be. So we're going to mix that up. Chopped tomatoes alone isn't enough. What happens is it's pretty runny, so we need to add tomato puree, and we're going to add a lot to it as well. The better quality tomato puree, the better as well. So, literally, you're going to be using more than half a tube of tomato puree. Seems a lot, but remember this is for the next 4 or 5 meals. So I'm going to throw a lot of tomato puree in and mix it on. Basically, it shouldn't look watery whatsoever. It should be nice and red. Remember, there still is fat from the meat there, but the fat's not necessarily bad. It's good quality meat, it's good fat. It's the media, and when we're being brought up since kids, basically that we're being actually told that fat makes us fat. That needs a tiny little bit more tomato puree. So basically I've used nearly a full tube here. Something good. So once that's mixed, I'm going to put it on a medium heat now. Like I said, I personally like my bolognese chili quite hot, so I'm going to put more chilies in. And I'm also, whilst the sauce is there, I'm going to throw a little bit basil in as well. Preferably we can get fresh basil, that would be even better. So again, I'm going to mix all that up. And I'm going to let this simmer for the next 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes on a medium heat. Let it simmer. And I want you stirring it every 5 minutes. This would be ideal time as well to put your prepared vegetables. So I'm going to have mine with, I'm going to have my vegetables with, I'm going to have broccoli and cauliflower. I'm going to serve that. But like I said, if you've just done that workout, if you've just trained, you can have it with rice, sweet potatoes or rice noodles. So I'll see you soon when it's served. Right, we're done. Food's ready. It's time to eat. I've steamed some vegetables. I've got some broccoli and cauliflower. Basically, we don't eat enough vegetables. You want to be aiming for as many green vegetables as you can. They're the ones with the most nutrients, the most antioxidants, and they're the ones that are going to make us feel good as well. So, bolognese is done. It's been simmering for the last 20-25 minutes. And all it is time to do now is make a mess and serve it up. As you can see, this meal's huge. Stacks of vegetables and a pretty decent amount of bolognese as well. Have that there. As you can see, I've got a lot of bolognese left in the pan. That's going to do us for the next 4 meals. And the next time I make a video, it's going to help us make that food and make that recipe taste so much better as well. Time to eat, I'm starving. Fat loss feast.